Okay, Jamel. Jamel Hill, friend of the channel. She's back for another appearance with Ock Nation News. Jamel not happy with brothers right now again. Well, she go back and forth. If you're a criminal, you can't do no wrong. If you're a black male being arrested and fighting with cops, you get shot, you can't do nothing wrong. You get locked up and she think your sentence is too long, you can't do no wrong. No matter what you get locked up for. You say you ain't do it, she ain't got no problem with you. But it's the other black men, like Ice Cube and Daniel Cameron, the AG down there in Louisville. Other black men, Stephen A. Smith, who just, sometimes, just that ain't woke enough for her. That's the one she got a problem with. You go knock off a bank and then fight with the cops that try to arrest you and get shot. You cool with her. So she says, is it just me? Or is there really different political energy between black women and black men? And well, you know that we've been on top of this for a long time here. Not only on this channel, but on my other previous iterations of this channel. Look, man, it is what it is, man. In 2016, black men voted 85% for the Democratic Party. Black women voted 97% for the Democratic Party. And many black men just stayed home. The sisters got out and voted. The sisters voted. The numbers show for years. It's not just this past election. Sisters vote. They go out there and vote. But they all vote for the same party, regardless of who the candidate is. And brothers were like that up until 2016. And they saw a sharp decline in 2016, where, like I said, brothers was in the 90s, the mid to high 90s, voting for Democrats. And you got to understand how much 10% is in 4 years. Drop for brothers to shift 10% of their votes from Democrats to Republicans in 10 years. In 4 years, that's huge. Sisters are going to probably vote 99% for the Democratic candidate this time, because they love them some Joe Beasy. That crime bill. Sisters really like that crime bill. Hear one if you think sisters really like that crime bill. And listen, I'm not knocking sisters, because we go to the gun memorial every day, and maybe sisters is doing the woke shit in public, but then, because I do that in life, you do that in life, where we, just because of pressure, we may just, publicly, assert some kind of standpoint or publicly proclaim something, and deep down inside, we think the other way, and our actions show that. But your words, our words, yeah, and then it's like your actions show something different. And sisters, they just love Crime Bill Joe. God, dog. I be like, these sisters love Crime Bill Joe. And I'm not saying that the crime bill wasn't needed. We need another one now. You looking at these murder numbers? And a lot of you, some of you in the comment section may not be familiar with what's going on in the country. So I suggest that you subscribe to all my channels. All the links in the description box. And you go back and watch all the videos on this one. Go back and watch the last 20 videos on this channel. Last 50 videos. We covered it all. Go on my other channel, Nation TV. Covered it all. Go to Living Room Gangster. We've been covering all this. Every story. That's important. And many that you won't see on any other channel. Most of the stories we do, you don't see anywhere else. But they give you an insight of what's going on in this country. You ain't going to see it nowhere else. And there's a lot of great YouTubers out here. And you still won't see a lot of the stories we do anywhere else. So yes, Jamel, yes, you're right. I'll give you that. Y'all be thinking I be picking on Jamel. Look, she had her own show, 6 o'clock Sports Center. She rose higher than any other black female in sports journalism, or in the sports anchor, or whatever world you want to call it. She wrote, baby Robin Roberts was a little bit higher than her. But I can't think of too many sports journalists, black women, that higher than her, that reached those heights at one point in their career. So, look, she food, man. She on the table, man. But look, so, yes, I'll give you credit. You're right. There's different political energy between black men and black women. You've accurately assessed the situation. You spot on, Jamel. See, y'all? I'm giving her props. She accurate. There's different, yes. And it may be worse this time, Jamel. I think Trump may get 20% of black men this time. Black men we ain't used to seeing a man like that don't give a damn what people say. A powerful man. You know, you try to call him an istophobe, he don't even care, man. He don't even respond in that. You notice Trump don't even respond? Like, he has never once said, I'm not a racist. Look, man, I'm not like, he just, whatever, man. Whatever. I'm not a sexist. Look, I mean, he just, whatever, man. All right, cool. You want to call me a sex, whatever. Make a bunch of money. Have a bunch of women. Party with a bunch of rappers. He done party with all the rappers that had all, man, look, and now he the president. You know, for a group of men who grew up with no goddamn man in the house, seeing a man like that, there's a lot of admiration for that. And then it's also the fact that he actually do stuff for black people. Like, you already know the Democrats. Anyway. So my man Cube, man, one of the greatest rappers of all time. See, me, I don't judge rappers on how many times they use shun, the alliteration of the complication of the, that don't really impress me. You keep doing shun or iggity or shiggity, like, I like storytellers. I like dudes that hit pop, boom, bap, boom, bap. Like, you know, I like that old 90s rap, man. I don't need a bunch of big words. I don't need a whole bunch of punchlines, allegories, similes. I don't need all that. I just need you to rap. Be good at it, too. So, Cube always been one of my favorite rappers, man. I think he underrated because he don't do all the big words. He ain't going. You don't need a thesaurus when you listen to Cube, so that he get punished for that. Nobody ever put him in the top 5. But he definitely belong in the top 5, top 10 definitely. Cube in trouble though. Cube done pissed off. Cube done pissed them off, man.
What's happening, fam? You already know how I get down. Over the last few months, I've been really going deep into this political space, and I don't know if we can count on any parties to get us about the shit, to be honest. So we are going to have to do a lot of things different as a black community that I can't see the future. So we ought to change this shit. Everybody's been mad at me because I haven't been on the fucking, the gravy train of these candidates, especially Joe Biden and Harris. I don't trust none of them. No president has done right by us. So I don't trust none of them. So putting our hopes and dreams behind any of them just don't work. We gotta make them do what we want them to do. And there's only a few ways to do that. Now, I've been making contacts trying to, talk about these real issues, straight up, I believe the Democrats they've been nice, they've been cordial, so to speak. I don't really see them pushing their policies in any different direction. They're still talking this minority, people of color shit that don't necessarily include us, that don't necessarily include black Americans, especially descendants of slaves, ADOS. So, I think the Democrats, they got every black celebrity and shit on their team, so they just figure, tell kids shut the fuck up and vote. And so, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna push the program. We got a program, I'm pushing it on everybody. We also met with the Republicans and shit. They brought us in. We talked to them. They've moved their agenda a lot because of what we said. They put $500 billion on the table, and but who knows? Who knows what's gonna really happen?
Okay, so right there you see Cube. It's talking about tangibles, man. He talking about getting stuff. He ain't talking about feelings. He not talking about the way you make me feel. That was the jam. Remember that, Michael Jackson? The way you make me feel. He talking about stuff. Okay? Stuff. Things. Things you can touch. Things you can feel. Not the way you feel inside. Okay? So, needless to say, Negroes are pissed at you. Once you start asking for shit, actual shit, and not for rhetoric and say this, say this, this happened. What you say the right thing about this thing that happened. This criminal got shot. Say the right thing about it. This dude been in jail for 30 years. Now he's saying he ain't do it. Say he should be free. Cube talking about stuff. Niggas mad, boy. Stuff. Things. You know, like if you ever watch nature. If you ever watch nature channels, I love nature videos. I love eagles. Man, you should see when eagles come back to the nest. Because the eagles go out and hunt. The male eagle goes out and hunt, or sometimes the female eagle, the mama eagle goes out. They take turns. But a lot of times it's the man while the mother's home, you know, taking care of the babies. When that man come back to that nest, that male eagle come back there and he ain't got nothing, and them little chicks is squawking. Listen, man. That's why so many of y'all cats is missing. Because that eagle know he can't come back to the nest with nothing, man. Look. You got to come back to the nest with something. And that's what Cube talking about. And because of that, he didn't wait on the Democrats and promises. He went and got a contract to deal with Trump for some stuff. CNN done spanked him. So Cube done got spanked. He said, so the powers that be canceled my interview on Cuomo Primetime tonight. I've actually been banned from CNN for a few months, so I was surprised they even asked. But it seems like they can't handle the truth. So he loves it. He's Cube getting spanked. And listen, I know he don't care because he can reach more people through his internet. But I mean, you know, through his IG and through his Twitter. I mean, he got tons of followers. But yeah. CNN done spanked Cube, man. Cube went and met with Trump. Nah, nigga, you ain't coming on here no more. You ain't coming on here. We don't know what you gonna say. Because CNN relies on knowing what these Negroes gonna say. Okay? They need to know what you gonna say before you Negro. You know, when you a loose cannon like Cube is, Cube off the plantation right now, man. So they don't know what Cube gonna say when he come on there. That Jay-Z come on, they know exactly what Jay-Z's gonna say. They might even give Jay-Z a script. Here, Jay-Z, say this. Kanye, they don't know what the fuck Kanye gonna say. Don't have him on. Okay? T.I., they know exactly what T.I. gonna say. Killer Mike, they know exactly what Killer Mike's gonna say. Okay? That's my son, they know exactly what my son's gonna say. They got a script. They can give them a script, or even if they don't give them a script, they know these niggas ain't dare gonna ask the Democrats for shit, or dare give any critiques to the Democrats, so they don't have to worry about that. Cube out here wilding, my nigga. Cube is out here wilding. Okay. He literally, it's just, we talking about plantations, he's literally a runaway slave. Now, instead of corralling him physically, they need to corral him mentally, you know, and bring him back onto the plantation. But I think Cube might have made it to Canada, man. He'd have followed the North Star. He'd have made it to Canada, back past the Mason-Dixon line, man. So, Cube is canceled, man. Okay? And not only by these people, he's canceled by black people, too. The Washington Post writes, Ice Cube once rapped about arresting Trump. Now he's advising the president on policy plans. Yeah, to get stuff for you niggas. Because, newsflash, black people, come here. White people, I know y'all know this. White people got higher IQs. What the Asians got higher IQs, even the Hispanics got higher IQs. Black folk, let me bring you in for a second. Donald Trump's the president. All right. In case you didn't know that. In case you ain't figured that out yet. You want to meet with the president. Okay? That's how it works. Even in countries where they got dictators, people want to meet with the dictator. Even in countries they got kings and queens. The person just in charge because their father was in charge. Or their mother was in charge. They meet with that person. You want to meet with the person in charge, Negro. Washington Post, man, they done smacked down my man Cube, man. They going in on Cube, man. Look at this white guy. Look at this blue check white guy. A white man. These white liberals, hey, listen, don't blame, one thing you can't blame me or conservatives about this. Our white conservatives don't talk like this. You niggas done let these, I don't hear nothing about when one of these conservatives drop the N-word. I don't want to hear nothing about it. You giving them a pass on this? This white man says, I don't care what fake-ass sellouts like Kanye West, Ice Cube, and Senator Tim Scott are saying and selling. He's talking about a billionaire. One man is a billionaire, Kanye West. The other black man is one of the biggest filmmakers in all of Hollywood. One of the best rappers of all time. And the other man, Tim Scott, is the only Republican senator. And one of 3 senators, because the Democrats only have 2. Your nigga-loving Democrats only got 2. But the Republicans have 1. And if you take Kamala, as much blackness as Kamala and Cory Booker got together, they equal like a quarter, a octoroon. Because Kamala like 10% black and Cory like 20% black. So technically the Republicans got more black senator. The Republicans got more black senator than the Democrats, but whatever. But yeah. So he talking about these 3 great men. This white man got the nerve to call these 3 great black men sellouts. They won't vote for Crime Bill Joe Biden. Creepy Joe. You ain't... This is when this white man wants you to know Donald Trump is a F racist. And a vote for Trump is a vote for racist. Now this black man, Sean King, you niggas, I just said, you niggas is a mess, man. You niggas are a mess, my G. In fact, thousands of people falsely claiming Ice Cube endorsed Donald Trump is doing more damage and harm than anything Cube actually said or did. The man loathes Trump. The rumor is now worse than the reality. Endorsements and all this. Who cares about this? Give me some stuff, man. You want my vote? Give me some shit. And I'm not talking about welfare and shit. Section 8. Give me some shit that I can grow. This system bad too. We can't get a stimulus bill passed. But Ice Cube thinks Trump is really going to lock a $500 billion plan for Black America. Hashtag Fool's Errand. Hashtag GTFOH. And look, they talking about empty promises. Look at this white woman talking about how these people look supporting this empty promise. That's all you niggas been doing for the... They want it. I get it. They want it from the Democrats. If they can't get it for the Democrats, if they can't get it from the Democrats, they don't want it. This brother, this is a great man, man. This is a great man. How you niggas calling this man a sellout? This is a great man. I mean, even if tomorrow he's go back on the Democratic Plantation and say, all right, I got to change your heart, you can't deny that this is a great man. If he was a country singer and rose to this prominence in all fields, or he was a rock star, rose to this prominence in all fields, white people would be saying about how great man he is. You niggas don't even respect your own. Okay, this woman, I don't know what that is. Man or woman, that's something. This thing says, you're a disgrace to black people. He stopped funding for science. Who gives a fuck if he was funding for, Trump was funding for science? You niggas don't. Come on, man. You niggas acting like you care about that shit. Have shared his secret cure to his overnight COVID-19 cure, etc. Ice Cube defends working for Trump's team and run up to election. Every side is the dark side. But man, shut the fuck up. I hate you niggas. This guy, I wrote about Ice Cube, the myth of the seat at the table. What's a myth about having a seat at the table? You niggas are so got such low self-esteem. You can have a seat at the table. You never asked for one. You asked for Section 8 and welfare. And shorter sentences and shit. And less police patrols in your name. Stupid shit. Tell the police to stop beating up our criminals while they fighting during arrests. Well, all right. And that's something that can never be had. Because if you could say that, say I'm a cop. And it's a law. Okay. You can't beat up any more criminals while they resisted arrest. But you still want me to arrest them. And my job depends on these guys getting arrested. I get fired if they not getting arrested, but I can't whoop their ass. But they can fight me. Guess what? Criminals gonna still be getting their ass beat, even if you change the law. You niggas ask for stupid shit. Look at this. Fool or sellout. God damn. This man wrote an article called Fool or Sellout. Talking about Ice Cube. Nigga, who you? My nigga, who you? Seems 50 Cent got the same offer, but he refused it due to integrity. 50,000, 500,000 to be a turncoat at Ice Cube. So yeah, now 50 Cent got integrity. 50 Cent didn't talk to Trump because he got integrity. But before Trump was president, 50 Cent talked to Trump all the time. But now that Trump's president and the most powerful man in the world, the leader of the free world, I ain't talking to him no more. When he the host of a reality show, you can be my friend. Oh, now you president? Fuck you, fuck off. What's wrong with the Negro, man? Why is the Negro so goddamn? And I don't know, I ain't gonna put this on 50 Cent, because this person says that's why 50 Cent, Miss Activist, says this. So I ain't gonna diss my man 50. I know 50 smarter than that. He's a great man, another great man. He's a great man. All he's accomplished, the heights he's risen to. He can't be that dumb. 50 from the streets too. You don't be no hustler. 50 was a real hustler. Like, he actually made money doing moved bricks and shit like that, moved units, had territory, had workers and shit. You don't do that and then become as successful in all other fields as he has been and not ask for stuff for your vote. You give me something. Well, I'll give the single mothers in your community section. Nah, give me something else. I'll give the criminals less time in prison. All right, great, fine, cool. I mean, I may catch a charge, who knows? But give me something else. I'll make a big deal of every time a criminal resisting arrest and gets shot. Nah, give me something else. Like, 50 from the street, I don't believe 50 would just take some stupid shit from these Democrats, man. I don't know. I'm not going to put that on 50. He got to be smarter than that. Ice Cube is doing this for the Trump administration. He's trying to get Trump reelected. He's selling us out. Ice Cube defends working for Trump's team in run-up to election. Every side is the dark side. Uncle Tom, I always knew Cube was. Eazy-E was right. Call my man Uncle Tom. God damn. And all y'all already know Uncle Tom was the hero in the thing. Should have called him Sambo, but these niggas don't know. Trump attacks black women. Now this is another thing I hate. Trump attacks black women. Trump attacks everybody. Little Ricky Rubio. Low Energy Jeb. Sleepy Joe. This whole bullshit about Trump attacking black women is bullshit. It's bullshit. Trump attacks, hashtag Trump attacks black women. First of all these women have been, April Ryan has just, she's never said a remotely, not even a good thing about Trump. She's never said nothing that wasn't just horrible about Trump. That Yumichi girl, Yumichi, the one right here with the fro, who looked like George Foreman, she ain't never said nothing about Donald Trump that wasn't evil and hate-laced. Auntie Maxine Waters, every single thing she's ever said about Trump has been vile and disgusting. And Kamala Harris, of course, I mean, she's the fucking vice president candidate for the other guy. And then this chick on the far left, the CNN pundit, I mean, what the fuck else I need to say? She worked for CNN. But this notion that, Trump's just so nice to everybody else, but when he sees a black woman, he pulls his fangs out. I hate that narrative that and niggas go with that shit. Trump attacks everybody who comes for him. Trump attacks Rosie O'Donnell. Man, he gave Rosie O'Donnell the blues. Listen, the mayor, the governor of Puerto Rico, that white lady, gave her the blues. Trump don't care what color you are. If you come for him, it's on. Trump attacks black women. You niggas is crazy. But that's going to get black women was going to vote for the Democrat anyway, so it didn't matter. I don't even know. I don't know the point of that hashtag. That hashtag doesn't mean anything. Bishop Talbert Swan. I'm anti-Trump. I believe he's an existential threat to the nation. I'm sure he's giving Ice Cube nothing more than lip service to siphon black folks. But it's not Cube's fault. Dems don't want to talk specifics about black people until after they get our votes. They're not going to talk. Bishop Talbert Swan. They're not going to even talk that. Once they get your vote, you're not going to hear from them until 2024 if they win. Ice Cube, when someone tries to tell him that Donald Trump calls black athletes sons of bitches. No, he didn't call black athletes sons of bitches. He called the ones who were kneeling. He said, get those sons of bitches out of there. The owner should get those sons of bitches off the field. He didn't call black athletes sons of bitches. He called the ones who were kneeling. 4 years ago, I think this was. One time, 4 years ago, he called the athletes who were kneeling sons of bitches. You niggas need fathers. You niggas need fathers. You can't play this global power game. You niggas is soft, man. You niggas is soft, man. Can't even control your women. Black Lives Matter. Terrorists. Well, that's true. Black country shithole. That's true, too. What black country ain't a shithole? Chicago, the bastion of crime in this country, right? What you think about when you think of murder? At its most, this past decade, they had 800 murders. At its peak. They're getting back up there, but around 500, 600, 700 murders a year. 3 million people in Chicago. %30 of them black. 700 murders a year. Jamaica. 2.8 million people. 2.8 million people. And I did a video on this. I'll try to put a link in the description box. 2.8 million people in Jamaica. $2,400 murders a year. Jamaica, 90% black. 2,400 murders a year. Jamaica. Haiti, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere by far. Kids eating dirt cookies. They eat dirt cookies because they can't feed their kids. They can't do agriculture. They just can't get it together. Blame the French. Whatever. The poorest country in all the Western Hemisphere, Haiti. Jamaica, the deadliest country, one of the deadliest as far as per capita in all of the world. You want Nigeria? Nigeria produces more oil than any other country in the world. Yet, poverty-stricken. People living in squalor. Should I go on? What Trump said, you niggas should have been like, damn, that's right. Factoids, we need to get our shit together. And then he says, Trump wanted a rally at the site of the Tulsa massacre on Juneteenth. No, he wanted a rally in Tulsa, downtown Tulsa. In Tulsa. Tulsa's a city. Tulsa's more than that one day. And one thing, all right, so black men, it's your fault if Trump wins. You know, it's your fault. The game here is to depress black turnout. You know, why you niggas always see somebody trying to depress black turnout? You go vote Democrat, it is what it is. Who trying to, well, is where they asking for IDs. That's right. The Democrats think so little of you niggas that they call voter suppression if they ask for your ID at the voter. Think about it. Democrats want you out there to just go, yeah, I'm John Smith. I'm here to vote for John Smith. Okay, here's your ballot. Like, one vote, and especially in a country where you get one vote. They don't want to ask for IDs because that's racist towards black people because black people don't have IDs. Allegedly. I don't know one. I don't know one who doesn't have ID, but whatever. Maybe y'all. Hit one if you know a black person who don't have an ID. That's not homeless. The game here is to depress black turnout, and it's far more insidious than rappers influencing the way black people. Now they have a problem with rappers. For 20 years, rappers been telling niggas how to vote. Soon as Kanye come up, now Cube done flip the script on him. Now it's a problem having rappers influence you how to vote. See how the game they play? Now he's just before, if you said that you're racist, this is our culture. Hip hop is a black culture. They wouldn't say that about a country singer. Now niggas is telling you to vote Republican. They just a fucking rapper, some fucking rapper. They gonna be calling these Ice Cube a fucking ex-thug and shit or gangster rapper. Soon, but watch it, in 5 seconds they gonna start calling Cube a former gangster rapper. It's about creating doubt in the process. It should be doubt. It's two parties. Which one you will vote for? If they can convince enough of us that voting isn't worth it, then they can win on the margins. It's all about numbers. You niggas is fucking. Black men are 6% of the population. Shut it, cut it out. This guy said, didn't less than 15% of black men vote for Trump? How is that comparable to white women? Yeah, 54% of white women voted for Trump. And they're doing fine. They had their little Me Too movement during Trump. The Me Too movement was during the Trump administration. They got their little Black Lives Matter thing that they hijacked. White women, these 4 years of hell, if this is hell, what the fuck is heaven like? It said, and this is why black men are 5 times more likely to vote GOP than black women are. And also why it's silly as F that black men are assumed to be leaders by default. Black Voices for You says, black men will be second to black women in voting against Trump. It's sad that black men as a group are more susceptible to the Trump nonsense and conspiracies theories, but it still is only a small percentage. We know 85% of black men and 97% of black women will vote against Trump. I just don't know what world you niggas are living in. What's going on in you niggas' world? Not this protesting shit and what happened to George Floyd and shit. And what has one nigga been kneed to death since George Floyd? Because that's a legal maneuver. The knee to the neck is a legal maneuver when someone's experiencing excited delirium. We didn't have one before Floyd. There was nobody who ever got knee to the neck before Floyd. Fine. Throw that out. That's too much logic for you niggas. Since Floyd, has anybody been kneed to death? Chat, I need your help, man. Does anybody know of anybody who's been kneed to death recently? Since George Floyd? Because this is America. This shows what America's about. America was stripped naked when George Floyd was kneed to 8 minutes and 46. I don't even need footage. Are there any claims of anybody who was kneed to death? Is there an autopsy report indicating that this guy was XYZ guy was kneed to death? It's a legal maneuver that's done all the time. Nobody ever dies except for Tony Temple and George Floyd. What do you niggas? I don't understand what Trump, besides the knee to the neck that Trump, I guess Trump virtually put his deal by proxy. He emboldened that knee to be on George Floyd's neck. What else is wrong with you niggas? What else is so bad about you niggas' existence right now? You niggas is living and having the time of your lives. Charles Blow. Another Another LGBT CNN pundit, Charles Blow. Every dude over there is sweet, man. Every last one of them. Every one of them. Victor Blackwell, Don Lemon. What's the other one I did the story on my other channel the other day? Forgot his name. The other one, all of them sweet except for Bakari Sellers. I think he the only one that ain't sweet over there. Van Jones, Bakari Sellers. And this guy says, I've been telling people to keep an eye on this. Trump and GOP know that they have no chance with black women, but they can shave off a few more black men. Every appeal they make for the black vote is actually for the black male vote. Okay. All right. They're going to give us stuff for the vote instead of let's just give our vote away for free. Oh my God. This guy says, I guarantee you a good amount of those black men that are allegedly going to vote for individual one. Because, you know, this guy's too good to say Donald Trump's name. I guarantee you a good amount of those black men that are allegedly going to vote for individual one are doing so because they found out who Kamala's husband is. They're doing so because they found out who Kamala's husband is. Then there are the very stupid ones that ate up the crime bill and top cop bullshit. This sister says, watching the discourse on black men, the tepid support of Trump, and the vitriol for doing so, black men will still vote for Biden and Democrats at the highest clip other than black women, 80 and 90%. Why is there so much hostility for that 10%? Why is there demand for 100% fealty? They want you niggas. You ain't black if you don't vote for Biden. They want 100% of you niggas. They got 97% of the black women. 85. The two top groups as far as not as far as numbers, but as far as proportions. So as we know, 60% of Hispanics vote for Trump. Well, somewhere like 50% of Hispanic men and like 70% of Hispanic women vote Democrat. About 60% of Hispanics vote Democrat. Asians, you know, they all over the place voting. Whites, of course, white people 50%. Okay, white people, I think it's like 50%, 52 or 53% Republican, and like 45% Democrat. That's why they need the niggas. Now, I mean, it makes sense if you think about it. About 45%, 45, 55 white people vote Republican and to Democrat. So they need the niggas to make up the missing votes. Yeah. And if and they need all you did, it makes sense. You know, they need all you did. They need you niggas. The white liberals need you niggas. I mean, when you really just look at it, it makes sense. They need you niggas. If I needed somebody, I would give them some shit, but I guess the devil gives you nothing, but whatever. Yeah. I'm sure the guy who carried on his father's policy of not renting apartments to black people. So let's just get this straight. There's no proof of this, except for that one case by that black woman in, 1973 or something. Just for the record, I want you guys to understand something. My stepfather owned about 7 properties in D.C. at one point. And he was taking the housing court all the time. I managed one of the properties for him. You in housing court all the time. When you dealing with niggas, you staying in housing court. Niggas don't pay rent. Niggas are squat on your ass, and you gotta take them to housing court, and it take you a year or 2 to get them out your house. And that whole time they ain't paying rent. And they still want their fucking sink fixed and their toilet fixed when it stopped up, while they squatting on your ass. Because in democratically run cities like New York, D.C., San Francisco, the squatting laws, anybody, you can tell people who don't own any property, who never had shit. Anybody, hit one of the conversations, you know, the squatter laws, the squatter rights in these democratically run cities are shitty for the property owners. It's hell for the landlord. You can't get these niggas out your house, out your property. It take you a year, 6 months, a year, 2 years to get these niggas out. And then the property look like shit. Then they want to sue you. Maybe I'm jaded. I'm the wrong person to talk about. A black woman took Trump to court in 1973. I don't, man, listen. I'm the wrong nigga to come back with that shit. Maybe you come at one of these niggas who never, family never had nothing, never owned, never. When you own something, or your family or you've had things, or you built a business, you got a different view on this whole everything racism shit. Some shit is, nah, nigga, these the rules. And you breaking them. Well, that's not how business work, nigga. Or we made a contractual agreement, nigga, and you broke it. Sometimes it's that, but they call it not, but they want to call everything racism. Well, anyway, he says, I'm sure the guy who carried on his father's policy of not renting apartments to black people said he doesn't want black guys counting his money. I don't want black guys. If I want a fucking accountant, I want a Jew. If I want a lawyer or an accountant, I want a Jew. I'm sorry. That's something I've been to in the legal system. I want a Jew. Shout out to John Swerling, man. That was my lawyer in one case. Big. Yeah, man, that was my dude, man. John Swerling. I think he's out of Alexandria, Virginia. That man worked a miracle for a nigga. Okay? Yeah, man. Listen, man. Listen. Okay, Trump said he don't want a black accountant. He probably don't want a white accountant either. I mean, not white, but like non-Jewish white. Trump doesn't believe in systemic racism. Where's the systemic racism? Twitter is a perfect example. What's racist about Twitter? If you say anything, like, what's racist about Twitter? They call it Black Twitter. You niggas run Twitter. Shit was so racist. They shadow ban and hide tweets that you niggas don't like. Stories you niggas don't like, articles that you niggas not gonna like. They hide it so people can't see it. Whatever you niggas talking about is the biggest thing on Twitter. Let's just talk about the platform I'm on now. YouTube, Twitter. What's racist about this shit? They bend over backwards to cater to you niggas. And thinks BLM is a hate group. Well, it's super interested in your contract for black men. Look, man. Get in the comment section, man. Like, subscribe. Obviously, black men, it's our fault that it's our fault that if Trump wins, it's our fault. It's our fault because we didn't get out and vote. It's gonna be our fault because we did vote, but we voted for the wrong person. Some of us, like me, we voted for the wrong person. Hillary got 81% of the black male vote. Between 81 and 85. That's the numbers I've seen. And these fucking Democrats is here bashing brothers. Just dogging us. These liberals out here dogging brothers. And y'all got 85% last time. Damn. Think about that. If you had two girls and they knew about each other, and one got 85% of your time, and one got 15% of your time, or whatever, vice versa for the ladies. If the ladies, you had two dudes, whatever. You got two love interests. One get 85% of your time, one get 15% of your time. And the one that get 15% of your time, give you money, buy you tennis shoes and shit, keep her mouth shut. And the one who get 85% of your time, complain all day, and you can't even get a hug. You can't get a hug. Every time you mention something, they make it about themselves. I had a hard day at work today, honey. Oh, for real? I had a hard day too. Let me tell you all about it. Damn shame, brothers. We gonna get the beef for this. This is all our fault, man. These damn Democrats gonna pin this on black men. God damn. Ice Cube gonna be the face of it. Kanye done settled down a little bit. Kanye gonna be a face of it. Ice Cube gonna be a face of it. God dog. Get in the comment section, man. Peace.